What's up, everybody? Pick Your Goose here. It's Saturday, and I'm coming at you with a haul video. Let's get into the picks. I grabbed this later in the week at the Goodwill. It's, you know, it's the curlers. Like I say, the curlers. I probably sell 1 to 2 sets of curlers every single month. They did want $4.26, which is quite a bit. Picked up this bad boy. It's the Dallas Seasons 1 and 2 on DVD. And this is the original. This is not that new, excuse my language, it's not that new stuff you see out there on TV now. The Pokemon GameCube. I paid up for this one. I mean, the Goodwill by me are getting so expensive. This was $4.26. It's the special edition. Regular GameCube, I would have just walked right by it. You know, no way. But, I mean, it's in great condition. It really is. It's the Pokemon version. I'm thinking I'm going to get 30 bucks. Anytime you can get, like, the old systems like this, or really any system that's different than the usual, video game collectors really like this stuff, and they will jump on it. The best actual sale I went to today, it's a WWF, well, back when it was WWF ring, I had a total of 12 action figures out of it. And if you don't know anything about these wrestling figures, they are worth some money. You put them in a giant lot. I got the women, I got the wrestlers, I got the managers, I got the ring, I got a whole bunch of other accessories. I also grabbed these. These are the little Mighty Max little, you know, toys. Back when I was a kid, I remember these type of things. It's like a Polly Pocket, if you're familiar for that. For boys, I like spiders and sharks and all this type of crazy crap. And, you know, you had these little tiny figures. You used to play with them. Here's yet another thing I got out of it, too. These are called street charts. I got 4 of them. And these go for pretty well in lots on eBay. These are also from when I was a kid growing up. I was probably 9 or 10 when these came out. If you see anything that you used to play with as a kid, and you think it's interesting, and you know that somebody else out there has to be thinking kind of like you and would want to pick it up, go ahead and do it. So that was a box of toys. After we agreed on the $5, I asked the lady, hey, how much for this big tub? She said $5. I wasn't even gonna, you know, worry about it. It was a good buy. It was a no-brainer. So then, and like I said, I mean, that's maybe a fifth of everything I got in there. I just have to go through everything else, and I'm sure I'll make some more money out of it. But I went up there and I also picked up a bunch of Game Boy games, and I paid $3 total for all these games. And when you recognize these games, you guys are gonna be like, wow, that was a total score. Pokemon Red. Pokemon Blue. Label is kind of faded, so I'm not sure. I'm going to lot those together, and usually you can get about 50, but the label's kind of jacked up. Who knows? Pokemon Gold. Again, the label's jacked up. Another plug and play. I find these all the time. These, depends on the season how much you're going to get for it, but I sold 2 of the same exact thing. This works. I already tested it for $10. Doesn't come with the battery bottom. But I grabbed this. I said, how much? She said, you could just take it. So I said, fine. Pokemon games are good, and I got 3 of these things. Then I got a bunch of other games like Godzilla, Test Drive, Final Fantasy Legend, Rampage 2. So these are all games, you know, the last 4 I'm just going to put together on a lot. Here's a Callaway golf bag. I got it because, well, it's not like actually a golf club bag. It's just a golf bag. I got it because it's Callaway. Couple of cool signs. A great deal. Here's a cool one. No dogs on beach. One way. Look at that. That's a brawn one. I don't know. That one seems pretty cool to me. I'm at another sale. They had nothing there. This is late in the day. I'm talking late in the day. I said, well, you know, I'm looking for some video games. She said, well, I have an old video game. You know, I can plug it into the TV, and boom, that's a big hint for me. So she went in the house, and she took about 5 minutes, and I'm hoping I want the Nintendo, the NES, I want the SNES, I want something like that. She comes out with the Atari, and I was a little bit disappointed because this is the Flashback 2. This is not the real original Atari, okay? What they did was they went ahead and they did a lot of, like, they reissued it. So I went ahead and grabbed it. Bogle's a pretty cool game. I pick it up maybe once a month, once every other month. I get it dirt cheap, and I always sell it for 10 bucks. Item of the week is going to be this. It's like a credit card swiper thing. People would use it at stores and things like that. I picked it up because I got something similar to this a few months ago. Saw this one, and this is at a Goodwill, and this shows you can still do awesome at Goodwill. Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass. 316, a First Data FD 100 Ti. go on eBay, look at the completed listings. And I picked it up and I was like, alright, I'm gonna do good. And I got home and I looked it up and my jaw just dropped. Like, you want to keep your eye out for things and go based on your instincts, but do the educated guesses. There were a lot of things at the Goodwill I could have just randomly said, hey, this is probably worth money. Hey, that's probably worth money. You got to be educated out there. You got to do your research. I know that these things are pretty good. And another reason why I picked it up is if you look at it, manufacture date on the bottom. This was made in 2011. Instantly, I know it's relatively new. Why somebody donated to Goodwill so early, I have no idea why. So I'm going to go ahead and get this bad boy up. I want to talk about my contest really quickly. Go to my previous video. Watch the video. Learn how to participate in the contest and do so. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little grab bag of maybe a few things, you know, 3, 4, 5 things, something like that. Nothing's going to be a big bang, okay? This is not, you know, a huge contest or anything like that. But you will be getting some nice things. Maybe you can give them as Christmas gifts. Maybe you can reflip them and make some money. I don't really care what you do. From things I have picked throughout the week. They may or may not be on the video. I haven't made up my mind just yet. But go check out that contest.